Hi again, Falcon Country. Chris Lewis coming to you from the gym at Austintown Fitch High School, where one of our state champion cheerleaders is going to be letting us know where she'll be embarking on her college career in both stunt and cheer, and we'll get to the difference there because I'm really curious about that one. It's Aubrey Ross. Aubrey, how you doing?
I'm good today. How are you?
Not too bad. Who you have with you today?
Today I have my dad, Chad, my sister, Avery, and then my mom, Chrissy.
Well, it's nice to have you all here, and we're going to get to know Aubrey a little bit. And I hear you started cheering when you were in 7th grade?
Yeah, I started cheering when I was in 7th grade.
Is that a little late for a cheerleader nowadays?
It can be, yes. It is pretty late to start in 7th grade. Most cheerleaders actually start when they're younger, so they start with like our youth program like we have in Austintown, our Austintown Little Falcons at like 5 years old.
5 years old?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, oh man. But that's a little much for me. Was this something you wanted to do yourself, or did you have friends that said, hey, we want you to come out with us?
Well, my mom was a cheerleader when she was in middle school and all throughout her childhood, and then my friends actually influenced me to cheer. One of my best friends, Hallie Marsteller, she told me that I should start cheering, and so I started cheering with her.
And Hallie, I know, is here today. You want to give us a wave, Hallie? There's Hallie. Thanks for teaching her and sending her to the college she's going to tell us about shortly here. You've also danced competitively, how long have you been doing that?
I danced competitively for about 8 years at the Performing Arts Center in Boardman, Ohio.
And how does that help with cheer?
Dance taught me a lot about technique and learning how to balance, which is really essential for cheerleading. It also taught me how to do some certain tumbling skills and gain flexibility.
All things that I personally would not have the ability to do. So I'm always impressed when I see the cheerleaders doing routines because I wish I can do that. But needless to say, you have 2 varsity letters in cheerleading here at Fitch, and also you've been selected to the All-American team at camp for 4 years. Can you explain what that is?
So that is through a program at Cheer Time Athletics. The All-American team, it chooses athletes all around this area. So cheerleaders from Canfield, Boardman, they select their certain cheerleaders at the camp, and then we all go together and we put together a performance. The biggest performance we do throughout the year is performing at the Cavaliers halftime.
Oh, wow. Is that scary, or is that a fun?
It's really fun. I've been performing since I was little, so I always enjoy getting to go out and perform in front of a big crowd like that.
So you're like me. I love being the center of attention. That's got to be a fun experience, though.
It is so fun. I love doing it.
At the Cavs. Wow. That is cool. Is there another sport that you might have played growing up or ever wanted to play?
I did gymnastics when I was little, and then I played t-ball for a year. Didn't end well, but I got out and then I was done. I quit after that. But no, I've always been focused really on dance and cheerleading.
Okay. Now, how have you been able to manage your time with practice schedules, competitions, traveling, and still keep up with schoolwork?
It's a lot of stress on me, but I keep a big calendar up in my room of all my practices and where I'm going for the weekend, and that really helps me be able to know where I'm going and what time, and then it makes me feel successful.
Now see, that's what I think is something that most high schoolers would not do, is keep a calendar in their room of all the events that they have to make sure that they don't miss. That impresses me. I don't think too many kids do that these days. Or ever, for that matter. Most memorable moment as either an individual or with a team?
My most memorable moment has been cheering at competitions, definitely at the state championship, like you said, and then even through my competitive cheerleading when we go to the All-Star World Championship, which is basically a nationals down in Orlando, Florida. It is a huge competition. There's over 1,000 cheerleaders in the arena, and so it's very thrilling, and then you get to see like the top of the top teams there. So there's some really great teams that you get to see and perform there too. That's probably one of the most memorable moments I've had.
Wow, so you've done it all.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, for those who might not know, our cheerleading team here at Fitch just accomplished something that they've never done before, and that's winning a state championship in the Division II. Let me see if I get this right. OASSA
Yeah.
state championship. What did that feel like, winning that title? And also, I hear you beat some perennial powerhouse teams.
Yeah, we had beaten a team that had won multiple years in a row prior, so we went into the competition just wanting to get top 3. And so when they didn't call our name for top 3, they didn't say Austintown, we all were like screaming, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, where we actually like might win this thing. And then they announced second, and it wasn't us. And was probably the most like surreal moment I've ever experienced in my life, winning that big championship with my friends. I just remember jumping up and down, crying tears of joy because I was so excited.
So it hit you right away?
Yeah, it hit me like right away. I literally started crying, and then like when they handed me like my medal and stuff, I was like, it's real.
Did you get your ring yet?
We haven't gotten our rings yet now.
Tell Coach Williams to get on that for you. maybe at the banquet, right?
We already had our banquet.
And you didn't get your rings?
Not yet.
Coach Williams, we're going to have a talk after this. What would you say to someone who doesn't know anything about cheerleading aside from seeing you go rah-rah on the sidelines during games?
Cheerleading is a lot more than just spiriting on the sidelines. We put in hours of practice to learn how to stunt, so that's when we put people up in the air, and that takes a lot of team coordination. It's not just one person. You have to all work together, and then you're always having to work on new skills. So there's always times where we're almost all in a cheerleading gym or a gymnastics gym or at a dance center where we're learning how to do new tumbling skills, which is doing all those flips that you see us do on the sidelines. So it's a lot more than just, oh, we're just spiriting on the sidelines. We're also throwing people up in the air and flipping ourselves around 24/7.
Now, I got to ask you real quick. You mentioned flipping. What's the longest tumble that you've done on the basketball court?
I don't really like tumbling on the basketball court, but
No?
I do. My favorite skill to do on the basketball court is I always do aerial round off handsprings, which an aerial is basically like a cartwheel with no hands.
Wow. Okay. Again, something else that I could never foresee myself doing. I just don't have the athletic ability. But I was pretty good in the band and still a musician today. But when I hear things like this, it's like, you got to be kidding me. A cartwheel with no hands. I can't even imagine that. What life lessons have you learned along the way?
I've learned a lot of skills from leadership to working with others. I will always take with me like all the life lessons that my coaches taught me, like how to, even though something might not hit right away or you might not get something, it's always that work you put in that will get you to where you want to succeed. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to succeed and reach your goals. Very
well said. And what does the support from family and even coaches, what's that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. My parents have always wanted me to succeed and always believed the best in me, and they always made sure that it was what I wanted to do. They never wanted to pressure me into anything. And then my coaches have always pushed me to be the best I could be. There's been times where I've sat in like Mrs. Williams' room talking to her just about even just life and wanting to get her advice on things that I needed advice on. So it's been more than just cheerleading. It's more, she's been like someone that I love, and she became like a life coach almost.
Oh, wow. That is very well said. And I can tell you have a lot of respect for Coach Williams. And this leads me to the question I had next. Anyone in particular had a major impact on the success you've experienced? I think you answered that just now.
Yeah, Coach Williams definitely had a major impact on my success. She was always the one pushing me to where I am today. There was times where like my mom reached out and asked her what I could work on, and as soon as she texted me that, that's where I was working. I was working on those jumps. I was working on my tumbling skills. She had always pushed me, and then there was times where I went up to her room and just cried into her arms because I was so upset about something going on. And she's just always been there and impacted my life incredibly.
Wow, and I'm sure she's sitting with us right now and sobbing. Would be my guess. And with that, Aubrey is going to tell us where she plans to go to school at the next level.
I plan to attend Walsh University in North Canton, Ohio.
Going to Walsh University, the newest Cavalier at Walsh. Let's give Aubrey Ross a nice round of applause. And Mom and Dad, how you guys feeling right now?
Excited.
Happy.
Yep, very excited and proud.
Not as talkative as your daughter, I see.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure you're extremely proud. What do you plan on studying?
I plan to study early childhood education and then go and get my dual license for intervention specialist as well.
Oh, wow. Good for you. There's a huge need for those.
Yeah.
And what was the biggest draw for you as far as going to Walsh?
At Walsh, I was really excited that I got the opportunity to cheer, but as well, they're one of some of the only schools that allow you to do that dual licensure program for early childhood education and intervention specialist, which really sparked my interest.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I was not aware of that. That is pretty cool. So are you going to be a member of the team as a freshman, or do you have to work your way up?
I will be a member of the team as a freshman.
That is so cool. And you're doing stunt and cheer. What's the difference there?
So stunt is basically a game. There's 4 quarters to it. The first quarter is just a stunt, so there's 4 people in the group. Then the second quarter is jumps and tumbling, where you see us doing our flips and jumping up and down. The third quarter is then pyramids, which is where the stunts connect. And then the fourth quarter puts that all together in one round, and then you face another team side by side on the mat.
Now see, that is not what I would expect as far as cheerleading goes. So there's a lot more to it than just lining up in competitive setting and seeing who's loudest. That's,
Yeah.
that is got to be fun. Now, have you thought about what it means to be the 3rd Fitch cheerleader in 3 years to go on to the college level? What do you think that says about the program, and how does it feel to know that you are helping to lay the foundation for the future of Fitch cheerleading?
I think it shows how many opportunities our coaching staff has provided all of our cheerleaders. They're always making sure that we're getting to those goals that we do want to reach, and making sure that we get those resources and meet the people that we need to in order to go on and compete at the collegiate level now as well.
Well, can you see yourself cheering after college, maybe trying out for a pro team, or?
I plan not on continuing after college, but I plan to continue coaching cheerleading.
And that was my next question. You're going to be a coach?
Yeah, that's my goal, is to become a cheer coach as well.
Wow. Well, we wish you luck. Aubrey Ross, the latest Walsh University Cavaliers cheerleader. Let's give Aubrey a big round of applause one more time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we'll be wishing you good luck, and I'm sure we'll see you on the sideline.
Thank you.
Very cool. Well, that'll do it from here. Once again, this is Chris Lewis signing off and reminding everyone in Falcon Country, always remember to show your Falcon pride.